Hey, hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's collective reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome, collective. Now, as I was in meditation, connecting to spirit, asking, what does our intuitive soul tribe need to know at this time? And immediately the message that came through was, when life gives you lemons. Now, we've all heard that saying before, when life gives you lemons, turn it into lemonade. Well, sometimes we know that that's easier said than done. So today we're going to take a look at the lemons in your life and how to integrate into something better, how we can learn from some of the salty or sour, right? Lemon sour situations that have occurred or that we may still feel like we are going through. So we're going to look at the lemons, basically how to turn that into lemonade. So what I'm getting right away here, I also see something with someone's health, or it could be the health of a pet as well. It's been difficult. I'm getting the energies of not being able to maybe control bodily functions. I know that's very specific. For some of you, perhaps this was a loved one who's crossed over. Maybe you took care of this person, and this could be a situation that was very difficult for you to go through, and perhaps towards the end of their life they weren't able to control their bodily functions. Very specific. Please take it as it resonates. I'm also getting 9 of Swords energy here as well, which we'll clarify here in just a moment. But some of you could be having difficulties with your sleep. It may be due to sleep apnea. It could be tossing and turning, anxiety, stress. It could be because we don't have the right pillows, the right, mattress. I feel like someone could really be having a difficult time with their sleep, and it could be interfering and affecting multiple areas of one's life. So let's dive in here. At the bottom of the deck, 9 of Coins. 9 of Coins is the energy here of victory. 9 of Coins can be about creating a life that you love, collective, a life that you are proud of, individual achievement. So knowing that you can conquer anything that happens, right? You can grow from it here. Instead of feeling unfulfilled within some achievements or within areas of your life, 9 of Coins here is about you reaching a point of confidence, of dependent on yourself, so independence. Some of you, I am getting here with this 9 of Coins as well. This can feel lonely, empty, or maybe some of you are single and that's been a little bit of a lemon in your life. But the 9 of Coins is being able to feel content and feel happy within the energy that you provide for yourself. Instead of waiting for someone to come into your life and then life's going to be better, right? Or instead of waiting until you have that perfect job or you have that perfect relationship, or until you're able to leave the environment that you're in, then things will get better. There's this energy happening here. How can you embrace what you currently have? So how can we give gratitude for what's in the moment in order for you to raise your frequency to then attract what it is that you truly desire? I feel like that is a subconscious message for some of you here. Now let's look at the lemons. Okay, for a lot of you, the lemons have to do with something here in the physical realm. It's a new beginning, basically. So when we have the Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles showing up, this is earthly energy. It's financial, it's material gain, material loss, it's health, it's body. So this makes sense because a lot of us are struggling with something here in the physical or material world. So this could be creating maybe a lemon in your life where you feel like you're missing out on opportunities for abundance or for that new home or for that relationship, for that job. For a lot of you, this is financial struggles. It's not news that a lot of people are struggling financially at this time, struggling with their businesses, their reputation, their careers, wanting to get that new job, wanting to get the business off the ground, or wanting to buy or sell a home. So I feel like there's something tangible. And for a lot of you, this is health as well, as pentacles can represent our body and our health goals. And I feel for a lot of you, the lemon is, how do I manifest this new beginning? Because aces are about potential, right? Aces are all about new beginnings. And when this shows up as a challenge, it's financial loss. It is health concerns within the body, or just feeling like opportunities are passing you by. Now we're going to clarify these here as well, but we're just going to take a look at what the lemons are, how to get yourself into alignment. You have the devil. How to get yourself into alignment. The devil in reverse, which if you've been watching tarot for a while, you know what the devil is. This is Capricorn energy. This is about addictions, obsessions, fears, manipulation, codependency, materialism. It is basically attaching ourselves to those lower frequencies that we just talked about within that Nine of Pentacles. We tend to attach ourselves to what does not help us. It hinders us. It actually projects and prolongs us from manifesting this Ace of Pentacles. So how do we get into alignment? Easier said than done, of course, but the devil, it is about cutting through the attachments of fear, through obsession. If you find yourself, collective, obsessively thinking about a situation, then we need to work on that, right? We need to work on releasing that mental anxiety. If you find yourself focusing every day on how bad you feel, how much your body hurts, how poor you are, how much you don't have, right? If we're constantly focusing on the lower vibrations or what we don't have, we're going to manifest more of it into our lives, and we're going to stay attached, and we're going to stay stuck to that energy here. So how do we get into alignment is we work on releasing those attachments. And this can be working with professionals. There's no shame in that. So many times we've been taught that we have to suppress, we have to keep it to ourselves. We shouldn't talk to a coach, a therapist, a psychic, a mentor. We have to stay in the same group of friends that aren't good for us, or we have to stay connected to that family member who may be bashing us or admonishing us or making us feel less than we are, right? So many times we get stuck in that belief, whatever that may be for you. And it's time for you to really take a deep dive and say, are the people that I'm hanging out with for my highest good? Is this teaching me? Have I learned a lesson? If this keeps showing up repetitively, what am I missing out on here? If this is fears and obsessions, what acts, because this is talking about the physicality with the Ace of Pentacles, what can you do today to release some of these attachments? Perhaps this is meditating more, creating a little bit more space in that mental cavity and that beautiful mind to take a look at upgrading some belief systems. How can we connect through meditation to our higher selves, which can then bring in more trust? Because a lot of you have lost trust that the universe has your back, or that you're maybe even on your soul purpose at all. This devil can really hold you hostage at times. This isn't something that we want to be trapped in, but I can guarantee that each and every one of us at some point in life or another have been attached. It's part of this earthly human experience is to have the devil show up every now and then, right? But the key is, how do we get out of that? Well, first we recognize it. We're aware of what it is, right? Whether it's a belief, whether that belief is, fear-based, whether this is anxiety, whatever it may be. Maybe it's codependency based on childhood. Maybe it's some sort of wounding or an experience that's happened to you in the past. So in order to get yourself into alignment, become aware of what this is for you, and then take an action step to eradicate that. All right, guidance from spirit. What do we need to do to add or integrate that you're currently missing right now? 7 of coins. This is a really powerful energy, believe it or not, with the sevens. Sevens are very spiritual. 2023 was a highly spiritual year for a lot to come to a sense of inner awareness, wisdom, insight, and reflection. Now that we're in 2024, which is an 8 year, this is about being able to take that intuition, take that knowledge that you've gained, take that hard work and have that hard work for you, basically. Seven of Coins is about the fruits of your labor paying off. And that's something some of you may feel a little bit stuck in. I'm not manifesting, or I'm not achieving a sense of harvest or reward. So what are you missing out on right now? That there is a new beginning coming in here for you. Look at that egg. That egg represents a new beginning. And even if it feels like there's a crack in the foundation, or it feels like the world's gone crazy at times, the Seven of Coins is fruits of your labor paying off. If you know in your soul that you are aligned with your purpose, with your goals, with your mission, with your lessons even. Sometimes we need to go through those experiences. That's how our soul grows. But others of you, now this is important, others of you may be putting your time and your energy into things that are diminishing. They're not going to pay off. Now that's important for you here. So what are you missing? Take a look at where you're spending your time. We just talked about this. Are you spending your time with people who uplift you, who inspire you, who influence you? Are you working at a job or a career or a business where you feel the passion, or you feel like you're being of service, or you love what you do, right? Are you investing in your health in a way that makes you feel energized and revitalized? Because so many times we feel like it's too much work, right? And that's what 2024 can be about as well, is putting a little bit of work and effort into it. And some of you are saying, Melissa, I've put in so much time and effort, but I'm still not getting the returns. If that's the case here, Spirit is saying, step back. Let's try not to get into that energy of obsessing about when that harvest is going to come. Because typically on the Seven of Coins, we see a farmer that's waiting for his field, right, to start growing. But it has to trust. It does the work, right? Because the farmer gets out there, plants the seeds, and does a lot of manual labor. In this case, you've been reassessing, you've been soul searching, you've been planning, and a lot of you have been physically taking action steps as well. But then there comes this piece of trust that the universe is going to bring the sun and the rain, and that the environment and conditions are going to work out in order for that field or that harvest to continue growing. But if you know that something is not working out because you've already put in the energy, then try to stop re-tilling that old field that just has some bad dirt. And maybe there's nothing you can do, because maybe that soil is just no good, and maybe it's time to go elsewhere. And a lot of you, that may feel at times what you're stuck in. There is a new beginning here. I see this showing up for you, but I also see attachments to those lower frequencies that tend to trip us all up from time to time. Now, current blessings. What do we need to be more grateful for? Now, you all are going to love this one, the Hanged Man. This says here that when life throws you lemons, and a lot of us are stuck in that Hanged Man energy, because again, we've all been there, stuck, where we don't feel like we have an option. That is the universe almost, I don't want to say testing you, but that's the universe's way of opening up that crown chakra. Because a lot of times the Hanged Man energy, the crown chakra is illuminated, but it's to help you gain a new perspective where you realize that you're really not stuck at all. Right? Maybe you've been hanging around waiting for something to happen. Maybe this is your time to see things from, again, a different frequency, a new point of view. Instead of looking at something as an empty reward, what about a rewarded sacrifice? And that kind of is that energy of the silver lining, turning the lemons into lemonade, right? When we look at it as an empty reward, well, this isn't fulfilling. This is empty. Yes, I'm getting paid for it, but I hate what I do. Or yes, this relationship, it's here, but I don't feel good about it. So therefore I'm stuck. Spirit is saying here, the blessings that we need to be more grateful for is recognizing that you're not stuck in a position or a situation as much as you think you are. That's why we have free will, right? And that's what we need to be more grateful for, is possibly the pause, or is the time to be able to reflect, right? You lost that job. Now this opportunity is aligning for you to go off and maybe be something that you really wanted to be and it wasn't fulfilling in that prior job, or maybe you wanted to go off and that, open that business. Maybe this is an opportune moment for you to really reevaluate your relationship and say to yourself, is this rewarding to me, or do I feel empty, or does it feel like a sacrifice? I feel like there is an energy here of you not waiting around for things to just happen, right? It's about you manifesting, but also taking steps towards your dreams. And that's a big thing, because we a lot of times expect things to show up. We just wait for Prince Charming to come knocking on our door. That doesn't happen too often. Maybe sometimes, but not often. We have to put in the energy, right? Or we wait for that perfect job to land in our laps. Well, we have to put in the work, right? So there is this energy here of seeing things from a different perspective and being grateful for what you have, but also giving thanks for some of the struggles, some of the challenges, and some of the setbacks that you have gone through. And here's your soul work assignment, Soul Tribe. I want you to go back to a point in your life that may have been difficult, not the current lemon that you're going through, but a point in your life in the past that has been difficult. And I want you to come up with the silver lining. What was a good thing that came from something that was challenging or negative? And how can you see it from a different perspective that maybe you weren't quite able to see, but take a look at the choice that you made at that time and where you are because of that choice. And lastly, what are you attracting? What is the lemonade, right? What's the lemonade here? The lemonade is you letting go of the anxieties, the fears, the sleepless nights. This is that 9 of Swords that I was just tuning into here as well. So some of you, it's to be able to sleep better at night, right? It's to be able to put your head on the pillow and say, I feel fulfilled with how I spent my day, right? I feel fulfilled with who is laying next to me in bed, right? I feel a sense of gratitude for what happened today. This is also about being more present, being more in the moment. So by being able to shift this energy from lemons into lemonade, again, this is you being able to go to bed at night feeling good about who you are, your purpose, your mission, and what you did, because you are living out your integrity, right? You're staying in your integrity. You know that you are a good person. You're doing good deeds. Despite what comes in, it's about you staying in your integrity and staying humble, doing the right thing, right? When no one's looking, and being of service and creating a fulfilling life, whether you are with someone or not, whether you have that dream job or not, whether you have $1 million in the bank account, whatever this is a sense of gratitude for being alive. Okay. So let's clarify some of these energies. This is pretty big stuff here coming in. Let's clarify the lemon. Ace of Coins. Spirit, can you please tell me about the Ace of Coins here for the collective? 2 of Wands. This has to do with some choices, planning the future. But the Two of Wands, the ships are right outside the window. And a lot of times this is you holding the world right in your hands. Like you got the whole world in your hands, but what are you going to do with it? And sometimes we let that devil energy come in and hold us back with self-doubt. You'd start to doubt, is that ship, maybe that ship back there doesn't have enough room, right? Maybe I'm going to jump on that ship and it's going to hit an iceberg. Maybe I'm going to go on that ship there and it's going to go in a completely wrong direction than where I want to go. We need to stop doubting and choose a path, right? Because you always have that opportunity to continue choosing different things in your life, right? But sometimes we get stuck in that indecisive back and forth energy. And when the Two of Wands shows up, this is about possibly business or a career proposal. It's about your vision, passion, projects, and goals. And instead of being in that maybe indecisive energy, understand here that you do hold the world in your hands. Make a choice and then move forward in that direction, because your ships are here. Your ships are coming in. Let's get one more to clarify here. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. What happens after we make this choice, right? Whatever that choice is, look at this. You can't make this up. King of Pentacles. So there it is. You go from the Ace of Pentacles here to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is stability, collective. This is big boss energy. It's focusing on success and stability instead of focusing on materialism or seeking status or being money hungry or being fear-based that leads to control or leads to dominance. This is about you allowing yourself to rise up, because sometimes it's our own fear of maybe failure or fear of success that gets in our own way. But once you make some sort of conscious choice or decision to move in a direction that your heart and your soul and your intuition are calling you towards, you're going to be highly successful. King of Pentacles is definitely someone who has worked his way to the top. He's very disciplined, right? He has had to put in the work. So there's no mistaking that to get to this King of Pentacles status, you're going to have to put in the work. But first of all, the first challenge here is to make that choice. All right, let's take a look and clarify the Devil. How do we get into alignment? We release the attachments. Easier said than done, of course, but let's get some advice for the Devil. Please clarify, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles. You can't make this up. We're getting a lot of the same cards. Ace of Pentacles is the lemon, and it's showing up in reverse again. So it's like the Devil has an attachment to this new beginning that's pushing it away, right? And we have here the Six of Cups, because some of you may be nostalgic. Maybe you're wanting things to go back to a time when they were simpler, right? When they were less difficult. Some of you, this does have to do with karmic cycles or lessons, okay? Sometimes this can be karmic energy or past life. Some of you may know that you're wrapping up some big cycles here, but you had to go through an experience to evolve the soul or to complete something that maybe your soul needed to learn in this lifetime. Maybe it has to do with finances, but I see here a wheel of fortune showing up, and that can be that wheel of, karma moving forward in a new direction. Now, some of you may even work with children, okay? For others of you, this can be working through some childhood wounding. This can be, some of you have had a difficult childhood, because this does have children or possibly immaturity or feeling like you don't know how to get out of a situation. And you can see that this teacher or this mom or whoever she may represent is handing this boy a cup. And it's almost as if she's saying, be careful with this cup, because this is important. This is significant here. And it is about a second chance. Now, this can also be reconnecting to a past energy, whether it is a belief from childhood, and ask yourself, is this beneficial? Is this inspiring me, or is it something that I need to reprogram? Because this at times can be about taking a look at the past and just being in that lemon energy. That's what happened to me. I'm a victim from it. Some of you may even want to look into archetypes. Carolyn Mice, she talks about the archetypes, especially when it comes to our shadows or our maybe karmic. Maybe you want to look at your Chiron or possibly your South Node energies. Okay, you can find all that stuff on Google. But I feel like that's what some of you may be breaking from with the Devil. All right, guidance. We have Seven of Coins. That's the fruits of your labor, right? Are you putting your time, your energy, and your investments into things that are going to pay off? Okay, what do we have here? We have the Three of Cups. Some of you feel left out. Some of you feel like you are part of a triangle, or you're the odd man out. Maybe you're the odd one out of the family. You may be the black sheep. Some of you may go to extremes sometimes when it comes to a overfloweth of the cup. For others of you, maybe you were put in a third party situation. But in order for you to integrate new beginnings here and to embrace, celebrate, okay? Because this is also, when it's in the upright, the card of celebration. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your challenges that you've overcome. Celebrate instead of constantly rushing to the next phase of a goal or achievement. Allow yourself to stop. Like this Seven of Coins, like I said, that farmer, he usually is just standing up against his shovel because he's put in so much of his blood, sweat, and tears. But now it's like waiting for that harvest. You've done the reevaluating work. Allow yourself to celebrate your wins instead of just going from maybe feeling lost to loss to loss. See how far you've come even through some of those losses, challenges, or setbacks. Celebrate everything. Celebrate the wins, no matter how small or how big they are. All right, current blessings that we need to be more grateful for. We have the Hanged Man energy here. So let's see what we need to know about that Hanged Man. Spirit, tell us about the waiting game, or feeling stuck, but we're really not. It's about gaining new perspective and having what we need to shift out of a situation we feel stuck in. Six of Swords, get out of Dodge. You're not stuck. Some of you, this is heading towards safety. Okay, for some of you, there may have actually been a situation where you were in some sort of choppy waters, or you were in danger, or it didn't feel safe. I feel like the blessing is you came out of that, or you're finally able to move towards something that does feel more safe. Okay, this can be physically leaving a situation. It can be mentally in your mind. Some of you may have let that devil get to your mind, and maybe it wasn't a good spot where you wanted to be mentally, right? For others of you, this could be a move. It could be getting away from an area that just wasn't good for you any longer. It could be leaving behind a friend group, or just getting out of a situation that isn't good and being grateful that you have that ability to do so. And I see that coming in, and that's part of the perspective, because sometimes we feel like we have to stay. For anyone who's ever been in an abusive relationship, and this is something that I did a lot of work with, because growing up, my own mother was in a lot of very, very domestic violent relationships, and I couldn't understand at that young age, why on earth would someone stay with an abuser? I couldn't fathom it. My 3-year-old little mind, it starts to roll into, what's happening here? This doesn't make sense. But as you progress and as you move forward and grow and gain wisdom and knowledge, you realize that sometimes you feel trapped. Sometimes that is what you feel on a deep level. That's a belief that you must stay in these situations, but there's a way out. So for some of you, maybe it's not that dire, but it certainly could be. And where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm hearing the Leo roar. So some of you may be Leos. Some of you, there could have been strong energies around, maybe Leo season, or maybe you have some strong Leo placements. But to me, that also represents strength. And you're a lot stronger, excuse me, you're a lot stronger than you think you are. And you can move out of situations that do feel choppy. All right, let's look lastly here. What are you attracting by shifting the energies here, by turning those lemons into lemonade? We have the 9 of Swords. Let's take a look, right? We want to be able to hit that pillow at night and feel grateful, feel blessed, feel like we are living our purpose. Even though we go through ups and downs, we can feel proud of who we are. We feel good that we're putting out good karma into the world. Let's take a look here and clarify, what else are you attracting by shifting your energy? What do we have, please, for the collective? Whoop. Okay, you do want those. Thank you. So we have 5 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, Five of Pentacles and the Emperor. Look at that. It's almost like lemon, lemonade, lemon, lemonade. So Five of Wands can be competitiveness. It could be the market feeling saturated, right? You're trying to go for that job or that promotion, but everybody else gets it before you. So then it starts to bring up some of that childhood wounding of abandonment, rejection. I'm not good enough. They don't love me, right? Just going to go eat worms. But the Five of Wands is saying here that we can work together. And even though at times it feels like there's so many cooks in the kitchen, each and every person brings something to the table, and that's important to acknowledge and recognize. There is room. Okay, for some of you, you may say, well, everybody's doing that. Everybody's starting a YouTube channel, or, everybody wants to be a life coach, or whatever it may be in any field. But there's room for us all. And that limiting belief of not having enough or not working together, having to compete for, for attention, for status, for money, for love. That's just a facade, right? That's just a belief based on, societal conditionings. That's not how it works in the realm of, spiritual manifestation. So when we're able to recognize that, when we're able to let go of the criticism, the competitiveness, the lack of leadership, or the debates, the obstacles, the competition, we get to a place where we can align with the 10 of Cups. There's your lemonade. 10 of Cups is emotional satisfaction, unconditional love. It is deep affection. It's serenity, bliss, family, good fortune. It is the happily, ever after card here. And for those of you that have ever watched a good old Disney classic, you know that even in the happily ever after, there's a monster. There's something to battle. There's some sort of challenge. And that's what we see here in the Five of Wands. So can you look at it from, a higher perspective, knowing that everything you're getting through or going through currently, it will at one point bring you some sweet results, some sweet lemonade. Now we also have here Five of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Pentacles. For some of you, this is love and family. And I like that there's two coming out here because there's two different scenarios. For those of you where this has to do with being single or being hurt, being betrayed, being part of a third party, being in a toxic relationship with maybe a karmic, for some of you, addictions, alcoholism, pills, pot, whatever it may be here, this Five of Wands has been difficult because I feel like everybody's kind of, throwing wands, throwing these fireballs at each other. And it's really feeling difficult at times to maintain or achieve that 10 of Cups. But I absolutely feel like that's part of your growth. That's part of the lessons, the opportunities, and the joys and the happiness as well. You're going to get to that 10 of Cups. Right? And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it will be worth it. Now, when it comes to money, finances, abundance, you have the Five of Pentacles. This can even be health, right? Feeling left out in the cold. The Five of Pentacles is harsh. It is money and health issues, bankruptcy, poverty conscious mindset. This is a job loss, an illness, right? Material changes, physical changes in the body. And that's the lemons for a lot of you. There's something here that you just felt out in the cold. But we have the Emperor here. And so what are we learning from that is we are learning about our own personal empowerment, what we're truly made of, knowing that despite what happens, even though sometimes it feels like you're going to freeze or, something, it's almost like that, what's that saying? When hell freezes over, something of that nature. A lot of you have gone through it. And I see that with the Six of Swords here as well, where you want to come out of this place of struggle, of, feeling like you are going through a never-ending cycle of war at times, or of poverty, or, health issues, or just feeling like you are stuck out here in the cold and you're freezing and it's -20 out and you don't have shoes on and you don't have socks on and you barely have a nice winter jacket on, and you want to come in and warm up, and all you want to do is just feel the fingertips, reactivated after they're numb, and you want to come in from the cold and you want to grasp that hot chocolate cup and sit in front of a fireplace and just start to kind of thaw out. You want things to start to feel more. And that's a thing, is feeling. So many of us have lost touch with that feeling because we've gotten into fight or flight, or we've frozen over our emotions. And so this is about kind of coming in from the cold, warming up. What matters to you? What do you want to feel? Right? Do you feel passion for life? Now, you have the Emperor showing up here, and this is about you being able to be that leader, step into a sense of leadership or power for yourself, right? Empowerment. It's about structure and order and stability. And for those of you that have gone through a situation with a father or with a boss or a governing agency or someone of higher authority, the reason why you're put out in the cold is to learn to question. Learn to question, because this can be a very domineering energy. So if this could have to do with your own self-empowerment, to really thaw out some things and to take a look at some beliefs that have kept you out in the cold. But for a lot of you, it was to say, okay, what is best for me? What do I need to question here? What do I need to dig a little bit further into? And I feel like this is rising above. This is being able to kind of, I'm getting here like go big or go home energy. And for some of you, this is really about bossing up in your career or within your financial status, right? Female or male, it does not matter. But when the Emperor is in the upright position and he's showing up as lemonade, right? He is someone who is Aries energy, but he's a leader. He's a natural born leader, and he oozes a sense of power, right? And I feel like it's using your power for the good, to feel, again, empowered because of what you've gone through, and to be able to help others and reach down and kind of give them a helping hand. And a lot of you are healers, you're star seeds, you're light workers. You are here to kind of thaw out this energy in a sense. But in order for you to kind of get to this Emperor status, you have to go through the good, the bad, the ugly, right? You have to go through a lot of those lemons. The Empress and the Emperor, they don't get to that status overnight. It's not something that's just given to them. And so many times that's what we're, sometimes expecting is, I just want to get this. Or maybe you feel that way about other people around you. Maybe the devil represents other people. They just want things handed to them. And that can be infuriating, especially when you've worked so hard and it feels like everyone around you is getting a handout or getting something handed to them without working. But that's where we need to focus on our own lane, stay in our own bobber, recognize that we all have our own soul's journey. And it looks like for those of you souls that are watching this video right now, there's a piece of you that needs to hear this. There's a new beginning coming in for you. And for a lot of you, if you have been dealing with a difficult or stressful person, place, thing, energy, or health issue, whatever this devil is, I see here that you're going to start to release anxiety, and you are going to head to that 10 of Cups, or that feeling of more empowerment, or rising above the fray, rising above the competition, not because of greed or not because of cutthroat energy, but because you're better than that. And as they say, you have two options. You can become bitter or you can become better. And that's what that Two of Wands was representing. And collective, if you're here watching, you're becoming better. And the only person we should ever compete with is the person we were yesterday, right? Continue growing and evolving instead of comparing and judging and criticizing. And that's how you turn lemons into lemonade. That is what I have for you, beautiful souls. I hope that was helpful. If so, please give a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, comment, hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. And again, if you're looking for a personal reading, visit intuitivesoulcoach@yahoo.com. And thank you so much to each and every one of you.